Hello my friends, I'm Delta. I've got a question for you. How do you make a Gundam fan cry? Well, first you need to get a Gundam kit. Double points if it's rare, expensive, or both. It just means you do double damage. Then, plain and simply, you pull the trigger. So if it wasn't clear, today I'm going to do a Gundam kit. This is my first one, and it was the cheapest one I could get, okay? I'm not going to go full into getting like a $200, Gunpla kit just to try something that I might not end up enjoying. If you enjoy Gundam, I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher everything and it's probably going to be a nightmare to watch. However, this is my video, so you get what you pay for. Well, you don't pay, but Okay, now getting into this, it's got 2 bits of plastic tape covering it. I swear it's only a matter of time before I cut myself cutting the way I do. And this should just lift up easily. If it isn't, so it isn't taped. This should just come on out. Come on out. From my understanding, Gundam kits are just Blockies kits, but older. Transformers, the show was made to sell the toys. The toys were made to sell the show. Interesting, but looks relatively straightforward. Hopefully this will go about the same as a normal Blockies thing I've done before. So just getting these things out of the bags, it should be rather easy, because it's just 2 plastic bags. I wonder how many Gundam fans I can piss off in this video. Maybe 3. My goal is 3. If you're a Gundam fan, and you get annoyed with my butchering of names or not doing the right thing, please leave a comment. I probably won't read it because, let's be honest, it's Gundam fans that they won't watch this. So you're probably expecting me to do it in order, like reading the instructions, going from head to body to legs to the other stuff. I'm just gonna start with the guns and the stuff because well, it's my video. I can do what I want. So I need all these in A3. Well, plain and simple, I just need these 3 parts, so I can just easily remove them. The amount of people I'm going to annoy with how I take things out. Because here's the thing, I do actual models for 40k, or not, I'm not one of the fucking people who paints them for the box art, no, but I do 40k just for fun. Then we tab together, and then this, if I'm doing this on camera, should be. Should go on with that, and that's just standard gun. Yeah, it works. Small. Wasn't too tricky. Because here's the thing, you definitely need to clean up the extra sprue tabs. Because this is my first one, and to annoy people, I'm not going to do that. It's going to annoy me too, don't worry. Now we're going to move on to do the shield. So we need B2, A4, and A3, which I've already got here. Also need number 29. Where's 29? Oh no, there it is. I'm just blind as shit. Okay. So this is going to be the handle for the actual shield, so the Gundam guide can hold it. This you have to be really careful of because of how fucking thin this is. I've had my fair share of experiences of breaking thin warhammer struts. Trazen, in fact. Just to make this a little bit easier. Anything that's like ant's dick thin, I'm going to use my clippers just to get out. And then we've got the big part of the shield. This should just come out really easily, and then this should all tab in together. Here's the thing, I've never built Gundam before, and I can already tell like this is really nice, but you can see just how fucking tiny some things can be. Jesus fucking wept. Some things on here will be a bit annoying to kind of remove, but it should be relatively fine. And that should all put together. And then wherever I want it, I can just put this handle. I think I can take it out. Yeah, I can. So I can have it resting down, pointed up, so the actual figure can hold it. Considering that this is just 4 pieces of plastic together, it looks really good. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the head. So I need A1, A2, B1. So I need this very thin part, that very thin part, and a lot of other really thin pieces of crap. So try to take. Like I've seen thin warhammer parts in my time, and that is nightmarishly thin. And when it just comes to these 2 pieces, I can actually get the fucking clippers around it. That off, and that should just come off really easily. Because this thing, technically I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. That's just a fucking lie. I need this big helmet as well. A1 number 1, so we need this tiny little plastic piece here. And then A2, 15 and 16. Oh my Christ, do you see how tiny these are? Yeah, like if I sneeze, I'll break them. Like, that's how bloody thin they are. And again, get the clippers out just to make sure I don't break anything. Which I probably will, let's be honest. Putting the actual head together. So we need this piece. This goes on a face like that, and then this. And this configuration just goes down. All that goes into the head. Then, which fucking orientation does this go? I believe like this. That all attached together. That'll go in. And here we have, I presume, the finished Gundam head. So just for unpainted plastic, that looks really nice. I can already see why so many people love it so much, and just how much customization you can do by just painting the plastic. Now go on to the body, so we need pretty much a lot of things from A1 and A2. So A2 we need number 17. There's a bloody ice cream truck, you can hear that. That should be this blue part. Probably should have done that beforehand to make sure I've, keeping things on the fucking screen. We also need a 1 number 2, so this entirely yellow section here. So these 3 parts should go smoothly together. It goes like this, and then this part should go, I believe, around this way. So I think that more or less makes the mid section. That looks good so far. A1 number 5. So that's this big other blue part. And yeah, I know this is like an easy build entry grade Gundam kit. Yeah, I don't need to use the clippers, but I mean, let's be honest. If you have the tools, why not use them? And then this should attach onto a shroud like that. Nice blue and yellow. I need A1 8, A2 18, 8 to this little ball section. And A2 18. So this part. This should go in like that. sandwich it in, connect it like that. I think that gives an ab crunch. So we need A2 number 10, so it'll be this section here. I'll just make sure I'm just going to cut out number 9 as well, just to get something else prepared. Then A1 number 10, which would be this one. And then A1 number 7, kind of hidden, it's like this double ball joint thing. So then this little opening at the back, you plug it in like that, and these parts should go and snap onto the body like that. B321, B421. So these tiny little round things on either side. These should just fit into the back that we cut out beforehand. Thank God that didn't fucking go flying. So that comes into that, and then all this should go in the back like so. And then I'm just going to do this now. I'm just going to fit the head into the neck. And it's got a really nice, range of. Okay, it says no glue required. I think you might need to glue some parts together, or not be a Neanderthal like me and just keep it at a normal amount of play. So now we're going to move over to doing the arms. So we need B1 and B2, 8 and 9. So these are pretty much going to be mirrored on either side. I'm only going to do one because if it's going to be mirrored, it's the exact same process but just on one different side. And if you can hear a bunch of annoying kids, I'm sorry. There's literally nothing I can do about those morons. Number 11 will be this part. And then this should go onto here, like that. Then also need number 12, so this little section. And that should fit over like that, I believe. Just to make the arm, the elbow joint a little bit more reinforced. And so both of them are going to be on this side. Yeah, might as well use this to keep it a little bit safer, so I don't snap anything. And we'll go on with this side like this. This part will A1 13 is the hand or the fist. If I can get it out, that will just plug into here, and then B1 number 7, which will be this part, so come out, and this will go into the arm here, and that becomes more or less the completed arm. So I'm going to do it on the other side, and I'll come back to you when I do that. Okay, so now we go over to the body, and you have to do this first before you put in the next parts. You attach the arms to the body, and then we need number 6 from B1 and B2 to do this big blocky part. Let's come out, and then this. Okay, I think it goes like this, and kind of clips into like this little groove on the arm. So the instructions are just a little bit hard to understand for a second. So that clips down, and that gives you the completed upper torso. Okay, so now going on to the waist. So we need number 19 from part 2. So it's this little hip joint. I can throw that away. A1 number 3, which would be this yellow section. If I can get out. This should slide together, I believe. You can get like a little yellow heart there, and then B2 number 12. So this arse flap, and then this should all fit together like so, and you got yellow arse cheeks hanging out for some reason. And now we need a one. So we've got these two front panels, or these two blocks we have to get out, and these will go into B2 number 13. So on here, get these out, get this sprue removed because we don't need that, and then these should just, if I've got it the right way around, hopefully I do, you just have yellow blocks in there, and then this should slide in. Then we need B1 number 11, and this should just slide over this entire section, keeping it together, and that's more or less the waist done. Okay, so just like the arms, I'm going to do one of the legs and then, you know, go off and do that myself. So we need A4 number 25, sorry. So we need the big red clown shoes. Someone's going to get pissed off at me for saying that, but it's, I mean, it looks like clown feet. Shut up. Need number 19. So we, yeah, this section. And that should plug in like this. Then we need A324. Got a bit confused. So A324. So it's this one. That'll be the leg joint, or foot pivot, I guess. And then this should plug in the feet like that. And then we need B3 number 20. So this entire section. This I think you do need to have some sort of clippers for, just at the very least to take out these two sections. Just clip out the entire bloody thing. That's the thing, it says you don't need clippers to do anything, but honestly at this point it is easier to get it, because at the very least you've got it if you need it. And that should, no, it has to be at an angle like this, then you put it in. So many Gundam fans are going to get mad at me. So then doing the leg, we need 16 and 17, so these two parts, they should just go together like this. Then we need 14 and 15, these two pieces at the top. Come on. And these go together like that. We also need this small section, and that plugs into the side. Not the side. Should plug into, I think, this front part, just to give him a protruding knee. This should all connect onto the leg. So it's this part that looks weird, and this goes into the knee joints, and then you need 23, so it'll be that part. That then goes onto the back of the knee to make the entire leg. Just to finish this up, you do have this extra part cut out. do make it the right leg, and that plugs in to that. So do everything I just did on the other side, or for the other one. And now that we've got the legs done, it's time to connect it to the waist. So, you know, it's just normal procedure of connecting things. 1 and 2. Then I need these 2 last sections. And these will attach to the ball joints on the yellow part. That is the legs done. I can attach the other torso. And that should be the entire Gundam complete. The other thing I can do is attach this shield to the arm, this thin peg into the hand, this thicker peg into the actual shield to give him the shield, and then this gun just tabs in to the arm like that. My question is, are Gundams worth it? If they're all like this, they're all rather straightforward, they look nice, they're easy, then fuck yeah, these are amazing. Achievement unlocked, new addiction, great. But I am really glad I tried this, because I definitely think I'm going to get more of these. Much to everyone's chagrin, because these things can get really bloody expensive. I know there's a lot of mold lines, there's still sprue tabs everywhere, but I was doing this not for like not to go into this as like a full thing where I have to do my best for everything. It was the cheapest one I could find. I wanted to get something just to do it, and I'm really glad I could get this one here, because as small as it is relatively small. It turns out really well. Even though it's just unpainted plastic, I can see why so many people enjoy this, and hell, I might get another one and try and do a custom paint job on it. To any Gundam fans watching, I hope I did this one justice, because sure, it looks like it just came out from a fucking toy box with the, you know, the bright yellow, the bright blue, the bright red. But it was a fun build. It was really quick, or at the very least, it felt quick. And I'm definitely gonna get, you know, stuff to do these properly, I think, if they're not too expensive. But let's be honest, it probably fucking is. And now, my friends, it's time to do our final end of video blockies. Might have been short, but it was sweet. I've got these final 2 ones, and what better way to figure out which one we're going to end on than with a coin flip. Crux Terminatus. If it lands on that, we take the one on the left. If it lands on the hammer, we take the right. We take the one on the right. And now, my friends, join me for a good send-off for this small little thing I've been doing. I hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did. So, there are 3 characters left to get. Starscream, Grapple, and Secret Grimlock. Now, I don't know who are in these last 2. I mean, obviously it's a fucking blind box. But whoever I get, I hope it won't be a bloody double. The amount of pieces, it feels like Grimlock. But then, you know, all of them come with a lot of pieces. We get this, that bloody backstabbing Starscream. I can tell because obviously it's, you know when it has any fucking blue in him. Where's the proof. Starscream. Again, like always, I'll do generic shit. We'll get into it when it's interesting. And now it's time we get into the interesting stuff. So obviously, printed leg panels we put on normal. Printed crotch part, we drop because we're an idiot, and then we put it on the crotch like normal. The body looks really nice. I do love that they printed the actual cockpit onto it. And then this all goes together if it bloody lines up, god damn it. That goes on there. Did the arms. These go on like normal. We got his deceitful little smile, grin face. Now then, we come on to the interesting things. We've got the null rays and the shoulder pads. These just go in and then attach like normal shoulder pads. On either side. Then we've got his wings. These attach onto here. And then this attaches to his back. Now, Starscream looks amazing. He really does. You might notice there's 3 parts left, and these all look interesting, don't they? Well, the hand, we put this. Actually, wait. Let me remove the hand to make it a bit easier. So we slide this all the way through, and then we can attach this part onto it. And I think you might be seeing where this is going. If we attach this, I really wonder, what does this look like? Yes, Starscream comes with Megatron in his gun mode. And I can fit it onto his hand. And now Starscream just has a fucking gun. And I love that. I love that he comes with a mini Megatron in his gun mode. You never really see alternate modes that much in these things. Especially because Megatron turns into a gun, you can only really make him an accessory. And I think it's only right to have the leader of the Seekers next to one of his fellow Seekers. Skywarp. Now here's the thing, I absolutely love this look of Skywarp. I mean, the black, the purple, like this really light lavender colour, it just looks really good. Here's the thing, this came in the very first series of Blockies. This is second series. This is my first one. This was my first Blockies figure, and the fact that it's I kind of like the fact that I think both Skywarp and Thundercracker came in the first series and Starscream came second. You weren't even the first pick for the main wave, you idiot, but they look really great together, and I really hope I can get Thundercracker, and hopefully they do Acid Storm as well. If you don't know who he is, it's just green Starscream. Thundercracker is blue Starscream. Point is, these look amazing, and I can't wait to see who I get in the final box.